Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Get Crystallized Show. I am your host, Coach Crystal. And like crystals, strong women are made under pressure. And today I am really excited. We are showcasing a series called HERstory, where we feature our R3 members, where they share their testimonials, the inside scoop of what it's like to be an R3 member. And today I have a really special guest. Her name is Nicole Wentworth, and I'm going to get her on the screen without further ado so that she can introduce herself. And what I am really excited about is we're going to give you the behind the scenes look of what it looks like to be a member of the Revolve Life Method Academy. And I cannot wait for Nicole to share her story. So here we go. Welcome, Nicole. Yay!
Hi, everybody.
So, Nicole, I would love for you to share a little bit about yourself, how young you are, what you do for a living, and then touch a bit about what your life was like before you joined R3.
Okay. Hi, everybody. Again, my name is Nicole. I'm 47 years young, going to soon be 48 in 2 weeks. So I'm kind of excited about that, as you can see. I work for a telecommunications company, and I'm a scheduling analyst. What that is I schedule agents that are in the call center. So approximately about 2,000 agents across Canada. I've been with the company almost 17 years. So I'm not a big person on change, as you could tell. As you guys know, we're all in the pandemic. So actually how I found out about R3 was every time I'd go on Facebook, there'd be this poster of Coach Crystal doing her finger up and down and talking about her program. And I kept passing it and passing it and passing it. But then God clearly told me he keeps showing me this so that I can see what's going on. So I listened and I attended the Whoop seminar, which was the best thing I could ever attend. It teaches you what the program's about. And it was really exciting for me. And it was like school. I was doing the homework and I was putting it in and I enjoyed it. And I really realized I was like, okay, I've always struggled with my weight. I met my goal. I was close to my goal. And then my whole mind, everything played tricks on me. And I didn't start exactly where I used to be, but I started close enough that I was very uncomfortable. So going through the Roop seminar, it made me realize it was my mind. It's my mind that I had to change. So I decided, once I went through the Whoop seminar, I decided to join the R3 family. And it's been the best decision that I've done for the pandemic period. And I've learned a lot about myself, but also about what I want and what it really means to have a positive mindset. Because if your mindset's not right, nothing's going to work. Absolutely. Any goals you set for yourself, nothing will work. So I'm going through the academy now. It's fun. It's crazy. It's supportive. If anything you could think of that's positive, it is what it is. It is. And I'm learning something new about myself, especially every day. But I'm also learning what it's really like to have a community of women behind you and all that things, people talk about we can't, as women, we can't get along with each other. We can't do this. We can't do that. It's so different with the R3 family. Like, it's very supportive. Everybody's very much there for you, which is what we need as women. We need to empower each other instead of always knocking each other down. And I think the more we empower each other, as women, we can eventually take over the world.
Yes. You know what? This is why the Get Crystallized Show is called the Get Crystallized Show, because we love featuring strong women just like you. And there's a couple of points that I would love to go a little bit deeper on. And
Okay.
What I would love to do, and you mentioned that you are now a member of our Revolve Life Method Academy. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to just ask you, we're going to touch upon our 3 pillars of health, including our foundation. So, Nicole had mentioned she is a part of our academy. So once you are enrolled in our academy, our proprietary program is called React. And the reason why it's spelt with R3 is because the R3 represents our 3 pillars of health. So we renew your mind with mind shift coaching. And Nicole, really emphasized how the mindset was a complete game changer and is a complete game changer for her. We refresh your body with functional fitness, and we restore your health with simple nutrition. And then the ACT of our program, and that stands for accountability, community, which Nicole touched upon, and time. So I would love to go back to the very first pillar, because you already had shared a part of your testimony on how mindset really matters most. Once we fix the mindset, the weight will fall off. The career that you are currently in, just you have a better mindset going into your workplace. Your relationships are more fruitful. So in terms of the mindset coaching, Nicole, which involves 3 components: the one-on-one life coaching, in which you were assigned our Adler trained life coach, Coach Pat.
Yes.
It also includes our group coaching, which is our personal development program, where we study from the best of the best, such as Brenda Burchard, Lisa Nichols, Mel Robbins. And then we also have our accountability and support calls, where they're there for you literally, because we know life happens. And anyone here have a hard time sticking to a healthy lifestyle and being consistent? Yes, exactly. So we have one support call, which is called your Deepening Your Why. And that really is kind of like pressing the reset button every single week. And then we have a Serenity support call, where you're there just to pour your heart. If there's something troubling you, or even wins that you want to share with your sisters inside the family, that's the call to attend. So let's start off, if you can touch upon a little bit about your experience with the one-on-one life coaching, and why is that such why does that set the foundation for your whole journey at R3?
Well, the one-on-one life coaching, I think, is important because during the first 30 days I had to do the mindset coaching, and it was very difficult for me, because you really have to look deep inside yourself, and sometimes we're not ready to do that. But in order to be successful, I had to promise myself that I would give it my all. If I want to achieve the goals that I want to achieve, I have to be able to look inside myself. And some of the parts weren't fun. It wasn't good. But at the end of the day, you're never going to get to where you want to be if you're not truthful to yourself. And with God on your side, anything's possible.
Amen.
So doing that for me was difficult, but it was extremely beneficial.
Yes.
And if I had to do it again, I would still kick and scream doing it, but I would do it again. You know what I mean? I would do it again, because at the end of the day, it's gotten me a couple things. It's gotten me closer to loving myself more. It's definitely built a better relationship with me and God. I mean, we've always had a relationship, but it's getting better. And that was one of those foundations that I wanted as well, was to have a stronger relationship with him. So obviously this was one of his avenues for me to achieve that. So I can never take that away from him or myself. But being able to talk to somebody out loud, because when you talk to yourself, you're not always positive. So the negative ways you feel about yourself, when you bring them to the forefront and you talk to somebody about it, you talk to your coach about it, or even in our group calls talk about it, they're going to give you tools and words and phrases and antidotes and positives in order to bring out the positive stuff in yourself, instead of, because we're very quick as human beings, as women, to focus on the negative.
Yes. Yes.
We forget there's so much positive about ourselves, because the negative is always in the forefront. It's always, I didn't eat right today, so I'm a loser, I'm a this, I'm a that. Instead of saying, I didn't eat right today, but you know what? This happened today. What can I do tomorrow to change what happened today and avoid eating what I shouldn't be eating? You know what I mean? We don't look at the positive.
And that's one of the things with your one-on-one, Adler trained life coach, is we talk about that. How's your relationship with food? Mm-hmm. Right? And And that's one of the things that we really try to emphasize is, are you using food? Because food is an emotional regulator. Are you
Yes.
using food for the wrong things? Are you using food because you're angry, you're stressed, you're sad, you're lonely, you're, all of those different emotions where we tend to gravitate for food to heal ourselves in the moment.
Yeah.
Right. And so that's one of the benefits in having that one-on-one life coach. And like you said, as a life coach, our job is to hold up a mirror in front of you, because
Yes.
you have the answers within you, but we just ask you the right questions to pull those answers out. Now, you
Yes.
briefly touched upon the group coaching, which is amazing, because now you're going to be surrounded with like-minded women who share the exact same struggles as you. So I'd love for you to touch upon a little bit about what our personal development coaching program is like. How has, we just wrapped up the study with Mel Robbins. We finished the high five habit. Now we practice the high five habit
Yes.
every single day, which, by the way, can I get a high five, girl, for being here? Okay. So how has the personal development coaching program also assisted you in your journey to live a healthier and sustainable lifestyle?
I like the group coaching. For me, it's fun because, like you said, it's like-minded women. So it's women going through the same struggles, or you get to bounce ideas off each other, and you get to bounce your emotions, and something that worked for somebody may work for you, or something you're doing may work for somebody else. So it's what's the word I'm looking for? It's fun. It's pleasurable. It's relaxing because you don't feel alone. And I think, especially during the pandemic, I mean, not everybody's able to deal with the situation. Like for me personally, I'm single. I live alone.
Mm-hmm.
So having a group of people that understand what I'm going through is very beneficial for me. You know what I mean? Like you have your work people, they get what's happening at work. So you have, I have a person that I work with that I could talk to. I have my R3 family in regards to my emotional, spiritual, mental, everything health. And then I have my best friend for the craziness and the fun stuff. Do you know what I mean? So I think it's really important that, especially during this time, you have a variety of outlets to sustain yourself, and because mental health is a big thing right now. It is definitely a big thing. And I think
100%.
for me, finding this at this time was perfect. And it gives me something to do, especially after work. Like, nothing to do. You're just going to want to lie down, watch TV, listen to music, but it gives me something to do now. Like I have school 4 nights a week. I know my workouts. I get to read the Bible. You know what I mean? So it gives me all these different avenues to release what I have to release and not bottle everything up, but also to have fun at the same time. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely. And I love that. Like, we do provide that support system that's really important, especially when you're in a journey of transformation, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so you touched upon the mental health. And one of the ways that we also, because that's huge for us. A lot of women come to us, whether they've been through depression or maybe are currently going through one, but they're still functioning. But one of the ways that we help cope with that is through, as you mentioned, workouts. And so the functional fitness, that middle pillar, is hugely important, whether you have a weight loss goal, whether it's to mentally get healthy, whether it is to, lose weight, get strong, get fit, whatever your reason is, that is our second pillar, and obviously very important in a complete transformation. And, we have different levels of fitness in our group.
Yeah.
We have beginners, we have advanced athletes, we have, women who are now training to a fitness competition. We have a huge range of fitness levels. But for you coming in, because we offer support in that way too, where you have your little workout cohort and you have scheduled workouts with your team. When it comes to online workouts, I know how easy it is, especially if you're on your own and there's zero accountability, how easy it is to fall off. So how has our program, and why is it, different from any other online programs? Because, you do have your team that expects you to show up, this day and this day at this time to work out. So how has that helped you with your fitness journey?
You touched on it. Knowing that I have a team. I have support behind me. Because there is a lot of different programs out there, and there's a lot of things on YouTube and things like that. But you get nervous not knowing if you could do certain things and stuff like that. And with the R3 program, it's catered to you. It's not the everyday program. It really looks at you as a person and says, okay, I can do this, this, and this. Okay, just because you can't do that doesn't mean you can't do it this way. You know what I mean? So it looks at me as an individual, not just, okay, everybody's got to do the same thing. And that was a concern for me from the beginning. Like, am I going to be able to do certain things? And with the workouts that I do right now with the ladies that I work out with, yeah, it's challenging. And how we do it, I never thought it would be. Not in a million years. I was like, really? Is anything really going to happen to you? Oh, no, it does. It does. You know what I mean? So, and it's fun. It pushes me. For me personally, it pushes me. So I like my little group that I have. And there's times where sometimes I can't because of whatever's going on. But I appreciate that I still get my workouts, because then I can do it. Yes. And on my own and stuff like that. But I like my little group. We push each other. We giggle. We laugh. We just push each other. Come on, you could do it. You could do it. You know what I mean? And we have that rah-rah. Because when you're by yourself, it's not the same. Like, yes, you can have the music blasting and stuff like that and get through it. But I don't necessarily think you give your 100 when you're by yourself.
Right.
You know what I mean? But with you're in a group, you push each other. You challenge each other. Yes. So because you do that, you get a bigger reward out of that. Yeah. You know what I mean? You get the bigger high five out of that. And taking the picture, as we call our sweaty selfies, it's just a way to say, you know what, guys, we did it. We did it. We made it through it. Yeah. And we get to high five each other and cheer each other on. So it's nice.
I love it. And I love seeing your group sweaty selfie. And that sweaty selfie is literally taking a picture after you've immediately done your workout to prove that you did it. Mm-hmm. And that's one of the ways, and we'll talk about, our foundation, a part of that being accountability. But that sweaty selfie is a part of the accountability where, mm-hmm. Okay,
it is.
You're assigned a minimum of 3 workouts a week. And are you doing it? We'll prove it with that sweaty selfie. And we mm-hmm. carry that over into our third pillar, which is simple nutrition. Now, again, because we have some women that have to lose 15, 20, 50, 100 pounds, everyone's on a different program. Mm-hmm. Because every body is different.
Yes.
And so we offer a variety of different nutrition programs, such as the fast metabolism diet, if it fits your macros, intermittent fasting. Now, it all depends on that person. It depends on their history. It depends on their goals. So for you, how has the FoodSelfies and the nutrition coaching that you got around the plan that you're on, how has that helped you?
It helps me with structure, mm-hmm. meal planning, because working from home.
I love your meal planning photos, by the way. Like,
Thank
when
you.
I see all of your photos laid out, I'm like, yes, Nicole.
Yes. Yes. So it just, because you're at home. So being at home, it's kind of like you just get up and grab something. You know what I mean? So even though I'm at home, I still want to have structure. I still want to have, because when you just grab something, you're grabbing anything. Or as you would put it, call in, can I have a Big Mac combo? You know what I mean? So I like it for that purpose. And I like knowing, the girls make fun of me because I pretty much eat the same thing all the time, but I like that. Like, I like knowing what I'm eating on Monday and Tuesday, what I'm eating on Wednesday and Thursday, what I'm eating from Friday to Sunday. Like, I like that structure for myself. Yeah. And it's been really helpful. And also because I post things and stuff like that, and I'm really enjoy cooking and stuff, it also gives the ladies ideas as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they'll be like, oh, you made those banana boats. What's that? Or I made Greek cucumber boats, and everyone was so excited about it. They're like, mm-hmm. What's that? Where'd you get that? I'm like, guys, mm-hmm. I'm about looking up recipes and all that kind of stuff. And you can also have fun with current recipes, like the everyday recipes. You can change them up and to fit into whatever nutrition program you're in. You know what I mean?
Correct.
So
Yeah.
I'm a bread person. I love bread. So
Mm-hmm.
I know I can eat my plant-based bread, but
Mm-hmm.
sometimes you want a little bread with a little kick. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I found like an almond flour bread recipe, and it's
Beautiful.
simple. You know what I mean? So my only thing that I like, there's one thing that I love and I miss is cheese. Like I love cheese. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm not into the vegan cheese. I tried, but it's just not my cup of
Sorry, Coach
tea.
Janae. Yeah.
Not sorry, just I love her, but it's not my cup of tea. But it's still fun to because you can make fun, like make it
Yeah.
fun.
Absolutely.
And I've always been because of other programs that I've been on and stuff. I've really gotten into reading labels and things like that. So when I see carbs and I'm like 47 grams. No, I'm sure I could find something a little lighter. You know what I mean? So, and there's a lot of good stores out there too, like Low Carb Canada and stuff. Like there's a lot of good stores that you can find things and spice it up to your liking. You know what I mean?
And you also have both Coach Janae and Coach Pat to reach out to.
Yeah, and she,
You,
Coach Pat, because she's my person for it, and she's giving me different websites. So
Mhm.
like this weekend, I already know I'm gonna do like sweet potato, and I'm gonna spice it up, and you know what I mean, my mom's gonna like almost like mash it up and then put it back in so it roasts somewhere. I was like, dude, what? So even she's giving me ideas because my mom worked in a women's shelter and she was a head chef there. So
Mhm.
she has all sorts of ideas and stuff. So so it's fun. So I find the fun ways to do it.
Yeah.
And the meal prep saves your life. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
And
It
what
really
it
does.
is, and you know what I'm hearing, Nicole, is that too many women think that diets are restrictive.
Yes.
And we help you find ways to eat the things you love in a healthier form.
Yes.
And we also teach, like, one of our basic programs is palm portion control. So,
And that makes a big difference, to be honest with
makes
you.
a big difference. And
Once you learn
exactly.
portions, ladies, you'll
Yeah.
be okay. Like
Yes, exactly.
and for me, that I never knew what it was like to be full. So
Mhm.
prior to joining the R3, I was on another program, and it did amazing. I did amazing on it, but unfortunately, when I really look back, for me and who I am, it wouldn't be sustainable.
Mhm.
And I had a lot of side effects that came with it, and
Yes.
side effects I was not ready for.
Mhm.
I was not prepared for. And it kind of sent me down the rabbit hole. But I also wasn't prepared for reactions of
Mhm.
people.
Mm.
So as I got closer to my goal, even my own reaction, looking in the
Mhm.
mirror going, oh, wow, that really is me. You know what I mean? So because I didn't, even though I gained my weight back, I did not throw away my little clothes because I'm not planning to shop it all over again. I plan to
No,
fit back into those clothes.
you bet.
So but this way going now, it's starting from my mind. So I realize now when I had to go through this again, one, I had to beat myself up, do all the crazy things that you do prior to looking in the mirror and then saying, okay, you know what? You got to start again, but you're starting in a better place than you were before.
Yes.
That's how
I,
I
I
looked at it.
I definitely want to just, honor you for that, because a lot of our women have done all the programs.
Mhm.
They've done everything you can think of. And what we teach is unlike anything out there, which is we start with the mindset first. I mean, obviously, you can see in our pillars, the fitness and nutrition is 100% there. But if we don't fix the mindset, if we don't understand the self sabotaging behaviors and break those barriers, if we don't stop those self limiting beliefs, right? If
Mhm.
we don't develop a love for ourselves, because so many women come to us, they look in the mirror and they don't like the image that they see in the mirror does not match the image that they see in their head.
That's
And
right.
so we have to fix that relationship first and really focus on the mindset before we even, get you going deep with the workouts and the nutrition. And so that leads me really to the foundation of our program, which is accountability, community, and time. And you really touched upon the accountability and community already. I would love to just kind of take a minute or two and just talk about time, and why that is a part of our foundation is because we hear from every single woman that comes to us is that they don't have the time. And they either don't have the time because they put everyone else first. Everyone else is a priority, whether it's their career or their kids or their spouse or their elderly parents or whomever it is. And so in the end of the day, they feel like they don't have enough time.
Right.
Or they're too busy. But we teach you, right? We teach you, number one, how to create morning and evening rituals so that you start and end your day with an attitude of gratitude. We teach you how to build habits through habit stacking. We teach you how to vision cast. And I'm really excited because we're about to do our vision board presentations next week. So how has learning through us how to make time for you properly and have that mindset of, you know what? No, I am worth the time. How has
But that's the
that?
thing. It's bigger than that. For me, it was bigger than that because we have the time, but procrastination and fear
Yes.
makes us think we don't. So for me, I realized that my outside will never be fixed until my inside is fixed.
Amen.
You gotta
So
fix
good.
in out. Like it goes like this. It doesn't go like this. It does. You know what I mean? So
Nicole, I'm just going to ask you one favor. If you can hold out your mic because it's rubbing against something.
Oh,
and
something. Sorry.
This is good stuff, and I don't want to miss out. So talking to that mic, girl, loud and proud. All right, go ahead. Go ahead.
You got to work on your inside to your outside. Like that's the most important factor. Like if you think that working on your outside is going to fix your inside, you need to attend the Whoop the Scale workshop first.
Amazing.
If that is your mindset process right now, attend that, and then you'll understand what I'm saying right now. But we tell ourselves we don't have enough time because of many things. You're right, but I think for me as well, fear and procrastination take a seat as well, because I achieved. In my mind, I achieved and I failed.
Yeah. Right.
So I'm afraid to achieve again because I don't want to fail again.
So
right?
good.
So I have to keep telling myself, you're going to fall forward. You're going to fall forward, but I always get up. Right? So for me, it's nerves, it's all that stuff, but I am worth it. I have to tell myself that all the time. Coach Janae, Coach Crystal, and Coach Pat have really been teaching us what it truly means to love ourselves, because no one else is going to love you first. You have to love yourself first. So if you don't love yourself first, none of this stuff is going to matter.
Yes.
If you're willing to love yourself first, put yourself first, be selfish. It's okay. 2022 for me is about being selfish, to achieve what I need to achieve for myself. Other people's opinions don't matter. My opinion of myself is what matters.
And you know what's the most interesting thing about that? And I love that. And it's so powerful, Nicole, is that, you know, we teach that, yes, self-love is definitely not selfish, but in the end, when you are now healthier, happier, fit in mind, body, and spirit, it's actually everybody else that benefits.
Yeah.
So it's in a way, being selfish is an act of being selfless. Because now you are full of energy, you are a light, you are, living your best life because you're full of health and gratitude, and you have a stronger faith and a better mindset. And so you show up in the relationships in your life, this brand new, smiling, full of energy woman. And so at the end of the day, really, this being selfish is actually being selfless. And so I adore that you have evolved to that mindset, because the Nicole that I know when I first met you to now is night and day. So to wrap up
I'm a work in progress, but I love it. I love
beautiful.
I love what's happening. And yeah, the nerves is always there. The fear is always there. But if I don't let it take over in the next 6 months, we could do this again. And it's even, you know what I mean? So I'm just, you know what? God is who he is. He does what he does. I don't question him anymore. I just obey.
Yes. Yes,
That's
and
it.
amen. So
That's
here's the
it.
thing, right, Nicole? Like there are women out there who are listeners who will listen to this, and they may be in a point in their life where they're sick and tired of feeling sick and tired. They are looking at the mirror, and the image that they see in the mirror doesn't match the image they see in their head. They are exhausted. They are not comfortable in their own skin, and they come across R3. And so, like you mentioned, there's the opportunity to either join, the Whoop seminar. There's the opportunity to even just book a discovery call with me, but they're afraid of taking that first step.
Don't be afraid.
What would you say?
Take the leap, just like we always want to tell everybody else. Just do it. Just do it. Just take our own advice.
Mm,
We can't tell everybody else what to do if we're not willing to do it.
yes.
So
So good.
I was nervous about it too, but clearly there was a purpose behind it. And I know what this purpose is. You know what I mean? And I don't regret a day of doing that. I am so glad that I got to attend the Whoop the Scale workshop.
Mhm.
It was the best 5 days of that whole pandemic year,
Mm,
the first cycle of the pandemic. And I recommend that if you don't attend the workshop first and you just see the ad of Coach Crystal, I'm telling you, just hit the little button at the bottom. Just as we hit when we want to order coffee, order dinner, or listen to a podcast, or listen to music, do the same thing. Just hit the button. You're not missing out. You're not losing out on anything. You're
yes.
gaining something. You're gaining your life back. You're gaining freedom. You're gaining love. And most important thing, you're gaining life for
Wow.
yourself and for the people around you. And also, you have an awesome group of women that will be there, truly be there to support you and cheer you on. And right now, we all need as much cheerleaders as possible right now in our life. With what's happening to us in the world right now, we all need as much cheerleaders and as much positivity as possible. So just hit the button.
Oh,
Don't look back.
you know what? I think we need to make that our, instead of just do it like Nike, just hit the button.
Just hit the button.
Just hit the button.
Just hit the button. Nothing's going to happen. The
I
computer's not going to
love
blow
it.
up. Nothing's going to blow up. Just hit the button.
But and then on the back of the shirt, it'll say, "What you'll gain is life." The
Yeah.
R3, the
Yeah.
R3 life. I love
That's
it.
all. Like, there's, you know what I mean? And like I said, I'm very grateful. And I always tell you, I think it's very important that we tell people in our lives that have changed our life or whatever, how important they are, because tomorrow's not promised.
That's right.
So we all know this. You know what I mean? And every time we turn around, there's somebody passing away. You know what I mean? Like today, I was listening to something and then I see Sidney Portier passed away.
Hmm.
I'm like, what, what, what's
Mhm,
happening? So
mhm,
tomorrow's not promised.
mhm.
So do your best to live your best life now because we only get one life. There's
Yes,
nothing after this except
yes.
for, the gates. But I mean, physically on earth, there's nothing after this. You know what I mean? So
And
YOLO.
that's it. We ultimately, that's the end goal, those pearly white gates. But in the meantime, why not live the R3 life,
Yeah.
where we are here and passionate about serving women just like you? And so I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart, Nicole,
No
for
problem.
being featured in our Her Story series. You are such a bright light, and I am
Thank
just
you.
so humbled and honored to see and witness the transformation that I have in you.
Thank you.
I know that when you first came to us, it was a dark place, but man, that's been lifted, and it's so evident with the way that you speak and the way that you share your heart. God is so good. I'm really, really proud of you, and thank you for sharing.
You're
And
welcome.
I will, I'll definitely have you on the Get
Okay.
Crystallized Show again,
Cool. Awesome.
because I know we're going to see this transformation. It's a never ending story. So
That's
I
right.
can't, like you said, another 6 months, and then we'll see another change in you. So I can't wait
Yes.
for that. Thank you so
Awesome.
much. So, ladies, I can't say enough. Like Nicole said it right there. Just hit the button, and live the R3 life. You have nothing to lose but emotional weight, but physical weight, and an extended family, and a fruitful life to gain. So thank you so much to Nicole. If you want more info about our next Whoop, which is happening starting on February 7th, we're going to add that link so that you can get more info. But I'm just thrilled and honored. Thank you so much, Nicole.
You're welcome.
You are exactly what
welcome.
awesome looks like.
Thank
High
you.
five, women.
God bless.
High five.
God bless everybody. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone. And we'll see you next time on the Get Crystallized Show. Bye, everyone.
Bye.